Huddy-san, really good turn damage, and you mentioned the box shot when you get in the face. Oh, the flash in! Spingies was looking for some aggression, and now Brinks is here on the side. Will he be able to turn this one around? There's the red buff, the heal coming down from Spingies. Will he be able to fry another hit? Brinks was so close to getting that second proc of the red buff down and looking for a little bit more aggression. Cancelled out his attempt on the white for that one, and well, almost turned it into something special.
And Sin of Sloth is also hanging around. Huddy-san is in Sin
of Sloth gets in there, Brinks splashes over the wall, gets stunned up. First blood to Spingies, a little bit under the weather in terms of mana and that ability to kite, but forget that, he's got a double buffs. This is now a scary Graves, not one to be trifled with.
Yeah, so that early level 2, it put them ahead in the lane, and it paid off because they managed that early advantage, but we've got Sin of Sloth in the mid lane. Ostrich is going to be okay. He's a bit too close to his tower to be subject to a gank there. But we just saw that when they had that level advantage, 2-1, they really pressured that as much as they could, and they got a health advantage. And so even though they weren't, of course 42 and Huddy-san hit level 2 by themselves, but they were down a good portion of health by that time, and Spingies and the Pie Man, they managed to continue that pressure and turned it into a tower dive eventually. And it paid off with First Blood and double buffs eventually, but because Sin of Sloth managed to come around and follow up that tower dive pressure.
Yep, absolutely. And you got to think that I really think that a large reason why Graves is back in the meta is, you mentioned it, they took the Krugs at level 1, and Graves can do that taking a lot less damage than a lot of other AD carries with the True Grit passive. That's got to be a large portion of the reason he's coming back in the meta.
I wouldn't say that's a large portion of the reason, but I definitely agree that it's a factor. Taking, of course, Season 4, you weren't able to take those camps at level 1, so being able to do that in Season 5 is, of course, you mentioned that True Grit passive. It's 10 armor and magic resist at level 1. It's not insignificant, so it's definitely a factor and definitely a strength that Graves has under his belt. But Pink Pie Man being so aggressive with those auto attacks, that's really how you have to be playing Annie as a support.
Yep, and the opposition really allowing to Lucian a little bit a lot shorter range when it comes to thinking about it properly. Oh, in the mid lane though, Eric's gonna jump forward. He's gonna be looking for that one to ignite there to pick that one up, and Ostrich, there's nothing he can do. Down towards the bottom lane, Spingies is gonna find 42. And well, this is really the moment of truth. Can these guys on the legacy of L4 really start to find their way back into the game? They have to be with this game towards the top lane. Hector's won't quite find the stun. Brinks isn't level 5. Gotta remember that one. And there's the level 6 of Katsuko Nian as well. Didn't be able to just straight up dash away with the unstoppable ball should he need it. But Eric's coming up from the mid lane. They want to contest this one. They don't... Excuse me, want to let Brinks hit that level 6 and be able to make that gank work. He's around the back right now. Sin of Sloth is clearing himself out of pink ward. Really a lot going on the map, and it all seems to be in the favor of the guys on the side of 5 Kids, 1 Funky Dream.
I must admit, I'm not exactly sure why Eric's choosing to roam at this point with Spirit Rush unavailable, but Sin of Sloth with him as well, so looks like they're going for a potential tower dive, 3-man tower dive onto Hectox, and if he's not careful, he could very easily die here.
Absolutely, Hectox is a long way forward, and now all the skill shots can come through. There's the answer. Meg gets in there. She's going to punch her way through the champion. Down towards the bottom lane. Huddy-san had a turret destroyed underneath him, and now there's nothing he can really do. He's going to get stunned up. Buckshot, one more auto attack comes through. Spingies is so tanky, 42. Get out of there! And he does so. He's now gone. There's nothing they can do. Another kill goes over towards the guys.
Ostrich is here though, as well.
Ostrich comes down on the right of the arcade. We'll find that one now. Brinks will have the level 6 Warwick ultimate. Did lose the speed buff from losing that one. Oh, we'll be able to get that one down with the infinite duress.
And will they turn this into a dragon? I feel like that's the right call at the moment, but having taken down the 2 most fed members, the 2 ahead members of 5 Kids, 1 Funky Dream, and looks like that's what they're trying to do, but Eric does once again have Spirit Rush available, so
Brinks is
wisely.
and has no ultimate as well.
Yeah,
Might be.
so wisely, Legacy of Elford, they went for the dragon, knowing it was an opportunity, but seeing both Sin of Sloth and Eric in the area, they probably weren't going to be able to contest that with the taking the dragon damage alongside that. So smartly choose to not start the dragon and not risk being engaged while they were fighting the dragon.
Absolutely, Katskonyan managing to beat Hectox off in that top lane. Gonna hold him back for a little while. Sin of Sloth, a little bit low on health. May have been a little bit of a risk if that dragon had been any more contested. He's gonna get faced this time. Hectox goes forward for a bit of a trade, gets a really nice heal off. And, uh-oh, Huddy Sand, don't go that far forward, son. A lot of damage just being dumped on towards him. Pick Pieman's looking for some normal damage, but he's going to take a lot of his own. Will get hooked in. Can they do the damage they need to on towards Pick Pieman? Oh, it's already going to be one kill. Down comes the Tim as the exhaust is going to keep Pick Pieman away. And well thought out, well construed fight coming from the side of the guys on One Funky Dream. And I tell you what, 7-2, it's looking about all she wrote. First dragon still needs to be contested. 2 kills on the bottom lane, Warwick on the top side of the map.
And they're going to have Tibbers to tank the first dragon, and Sin of Sloth is again. Oh, we see in the mid lane, Ostrich
on the mid lane, gets a returning knight down towards Eric. Eric comes through with that mobility you were talking about. Will pick up a kill, waiting for that Foxfire reset. Goes forward with another Spirit Rush. Targets that Xerath. Xerath dies, they get a dragon, they're going to go for a mid lane turret. Hectox is being baited out by Katskonyan in the top lane, and it's 8 for 2, 1 dragon up, 1 turret up, and Brinks still wants to go for some aggression as well.
And it looks like they're going for this inner middle turret now. The outer was already very, very low, and I don't think Brinks can contest this by himself.
He wants to, definitely wants to, but he sees that he has a stun prepared specifically for that Hunter. And he ain't gonna get no Hungering Call, no Infinite Duress, no nothing down, but there's an anti around with a scary, scary Fireball stun. And oh, everything slowly returns to normal. 7k the difference in 11 minutes. That is extremely tough. Is there any way back whatsoever for the guys on the side of the Legacy of Elford?
Well, of course there is. We mentioned, like last game, you know, they have to keep their structures alive if they possibly can, and like last game, they have to look for picks. And we mentioned in Champion Select, this team, while it's, you know, it looks to poke before it team fights, it picks off very, very well. We've got both Huddy San and Brinks with very, very strong pick abilities, and it looks like they're going for one onto Katskonyan.
Absolutely, we'll have to see if they can get that one in a second. Katskonyan just says, hey, look, I'm gonna rock your world if you come close, and they're not gonna even go for it. This is a risky, risky position for 42 and Huddy San to be in though.
Yeah, so they're pushed quite far up the lane with no tower there. In fact, Huddy San not even level 6 yet. They've fallen so far behind. In fact, more than double the CS with Smingies over 42. So once again, the bot lane, oh, we've got a little bit of a trade in the top lane, and Brinks has shown up.
There it goes, the smite goes down from Brinks. Katskonyan really gets stunned up. We get that ground stun down. Brinks is out of mana. They can't do enough damage to him. Not at all. He's managed to go for the Sunfire Cape this time around, but they just can't put the damage down on towards him to kill him. Oh, flash stun in for Pick Pieman. Burst followed up by Stingies in the bottom lane. Will get hooked back in, but Sin of Sloth is here, and they're still going to keep dumping that damage on towards Huddy San. You're gone, son. Should have stuck with Blitzcrank. And unfortunately, the Soul Reaver is on his way out. They say farewell, Huddy San. And farewell turret, probably farewell game 2, as that's the 10k gold lead. Oh, flash and a kill! Look at the combo! Goodbye. Eric says, hey, I found myself another kill, guys. Wow. Wow.
We're just seeing Spingies and the Pick Pieman. I feel like they're doing so much work in the series, really.
Oh, Hectox, he wants something, gets stunned up. There's not really anything he can do. Brinks has got that vision going down. Doesn't have the ultimate. He used it in the top lane. He's regretting that one right now, I can tell you that much. No death sentence coming through either. Huddy San just does not seem as confident as he does on Thresh as he was on Blitzcrank.
No, well, I feel like the bot lane has really just snowballed this game. pretty much from that level 1, level 2 play, Pickpieman and Spingies really have just not let off the pressure at all. There's just been no break whatsoever. And it's really showing, as you mentioned, the lead. 6 kills now onto Spingies. And looking quite dire for the legacy of L4 here. They've got a lot of work ahead of them if they want to come back in this game.
Absolutely. Hectox has opted to go for a 100% tanky route. Will stop the base from Catsko Nyan, though unfortunately he will not be returning to his home world to tell of the cats that do go Nyan. He'll only be telling of the ones that don't go Nyan as he finally finds his way to go back into the base.
So, got the dragon coming up.
God, Speed just wants to go straight forward and now he's backed up by a bunch of people. Ivory's gets him sourced up. Thank you very much. And it's Spingies, he's gonna live with a sliver of health. One more shot from that. Colin would have finished him off, but he's still confident enough to keep going. Eric, he don't care. He's so strong, he's just gonna go straight forward. And then 42 is gone. Hector comes in. There's the Dominus. He's gonna be focusing on towards Eric. Can Eric live through this one? There's a mobility green soul battery. Double kill for Cinesloth. And well, that was a 4-4-0 trade. And man, the numbers advantage was so far in the legacy of L4's favor, and they just could not do anything.
Yeah, so a bit unfortunate there. Spingy's able to survive on just a sliver of health, and they're so far behind that they don't have the burst damage to capitalize on that pick. It was a very nice hook, but we just see 42, he doesn't have any damage items. He's just got a pickaxe and a couple of Doran's blades to his name, so not able to do the damage that he needed to in that situation there. And of course, you know, the numbers advantage was there for the legacy of L4. It wasn't like they were completely outnumbered. It wasn't, it was 5-4 in the end, in fact. So with the advantage 5 kids, 1 plus green have at this point in the game, you really need more than a 5-4 to be able to take this. And Spingy's going after the bot lane.
Yep, absolutely. He's got a red buff. We'll get that sentenced in. Will this finally be the death of Spingies? He's going to flash away. Will he be able to live through this one on the piercing line?
Nice.
Shut down for 42. And he says, hey, guys, look at my mechanics. I'm still cool too. Yeah,
Spingy's getting overconfident there and really not respecting just the power of...
Ostrich. Unstoppable force. And a fist to the face. And, well, Huddy Sand. Not much has changed.
Oh, this is
42, Colling's going to come across, he's trying to do what he can, and down comes that aggression, but it means absolutely nothing. Pickpieman's going to pick himself up a red buff. Funny one, that actually, Pickpieman picking up a red buff.
Yeah, and constantly making picks with that Annie.
Yeah, maybe he considers everyone else pies, so he's going to feed his own team. Oh, Assault Battery, Assault wants the aggression. Hi, Brinks. Goodbye, sir. Good day. To you, I do say good day.
And this will most likely be the mid inhibitor falling down.
And, Pickpieman, you're gonna try, mate, but I'm not sure you really can. Out comes Zerath ultimate. He's gonna look for a reverse. He's gonna focus on Pickpieman, not quite the damage. He needs to finish that one off. Hector's! No! Ostrich will live just barely, and there is another. Wow, collateral damage. We'll try and finish that one off. 42's in a little bit of trouble. Hector is gonna sacrifice his life for the underrated damage coming through from the pickaxe of 42, and a mid inhibitor goes down. It's 18 minutes in the game, and whoa, get out of there. That's what you get for burning your flash and your ball breaker on fire. You get a Zerath to the face, and he gets a red buff. Ostrich, you got something, mate.
Bit overconfident staying there on 150 health or so. A little bit of a kill picked off Ostrich. Now that the base has been broken, got to say it's going to be very, very difficult for the legacy of L4, and I don't think they're going to be able to come back into this game.
Oh, forget that one. Ibrix is looking for something, won't find it, will sacrifice it for his life. Spingies wants something more. He's not going to be able to find anything this time, though. The Orbital Deception, not really deceiving anyone, and Eric he's trying. He's throwing damage out. I mean, you've got to really say, the Orbital Deception, it's not really a good name for an ability like that.
Why not?
I just don't. It's again, and comes down someone.